Hello, how are you doing, my kings and queens? I am your host, King, as always. What I would like to say is how to have control over the class. Even if you have a deep voice or a loud voice, that might not be enough. What you have to do is do some attention getters. If that doesn't work, then you could try to use your deep voice or loud voice. If that doesn't work, then you got to call out the students, two or three students who's giving you a hard time. If you punch the whole class, you could do so too, but then that won't be really fair to the good students, because then the good students might act out and give you a hard time. Then you may not have any control whatsoever. And what you do too is call out the difficult students the minute they get out the door, or as soon as they get in the classroom. You could get them a warning, but if they still drawing stuff, drawing pencils or papers, or getting out their seats, then you have to put their name on the list on a piece of paper or on a board. Then you can go to the computer to write a referral to the ISC or the Dean of Students. Then you tell them that the scholarship is giving the class a hard time, and maybe the ISC or the Dean of Students will put that student in ISS and school suspension. So please don't be afraid of disciplining students, because they're not afraid. They'll give you a tough time. And don't be intimidated if they speak to you rough. You can say, you can speak to me loud and proud, but not tough or rough or mean and angry. it, if that's if there's that one student you said, you're either going to be a leader or a verbal beater, or a leader or meaner. It's up to you. And don't be afraid of the students say they don't care. You could turn it into a teachable moment. You can turn it into a counseling moment. What I mean by that is, if the students say they don't care, even though I know that's a hit and miss, that's 50-50, 50-50 disrespectful, even though they're not supposed to say that. But they'll get upset, they'll shut down, they'll get sulky, they'll get them in the way or make them do what they want to do. You can say, give me a thumbs up if you care. Give me a thumbs up if you don't care. Now, the students who give me a thumbs down, tell me why you don't care. See, because the students, they don't like to be told what to do. I mean, the difficult students, the rebellious students. See, they'll listen to who they want to listen to. You got to get them to listen to you. If you don't like to do their research duty, they'll be afraid of disciplining the whole class if you have to, if it's two or three classes. Because if you see them doing hazardous things or dangerous things, they'll be afraid of sitting them down. Even if that one student says no, you can say, whoever says no, you're gonna get recess. Or who said no? Whoever said no is gonna get no recess. And they'll be afraid if they say they don't care. See, it's paradoxical intention. See, paradoxical intention is you confront your fear by embracing it, by over exaggerating it until you become comfortable with it. It could be with driving, it could be with talking to ladies. The same thing applies with the babies. So do the paradoxical intention. For example, say, "Oh, let me be nice so the students won't say they don't care to me." Say, but when you, the nicer you be, the more it seems as if they say they don't care. But if you embrace it and cope with it, deal with it, and tell the students that you can say you don't care all you want, or you can say that all you want, but we're not doing that. Or you can say, the more you say you don't care, the more power you lose or more consequences you face. So I don't care, it's not hurting me. It's affecting you more than it's affecting me. It doesn't do anything to me. Or you could say you don't care, but that doesn't mean that you're going to do what you want to do, run a class, run a show, or do unsafe things during recess. It's not going down like that. And try not to yell at the top of your lungs, 10 out of 10. You could do 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Because if you do 10 out of 10, then you're wasting your energy. And you say, oh, I got them. The teacher's going to yell at us 2 or 3 times, but then let us do what we want to do. See, then they'll be afraid if the students say they don't care, they get upset. Because with the fifth grades to the eighth grades, uh, they get mad for so long that their anger doesn't last that long as the older adults or grown-ups. So they may say things that they don't mean to appear grown. But they're very smart, and don't let them manipulate you, don't let them intimidate you. Their anger or them saying they don't care will pass most of the time, 90% of the pass. When they say they don't care, they really do care. So you say the students who say they don't care, you really do care. So those who say they don't care, they're really the sensitive, the most sensitive or most vulnerable, but they're afraid of showing sensitivity or vulnerability in front of friends because they don't want to be viewed as weak. So they say they don't care to hide their sensitive exterior or interior. So they put up a tough facade, excuse me, to cover up any insecurities or any weak spots. Please don't be afraid of using all your resources. And also, if it's reading time and the class is being louder and punctures during reading time, it might be that the class may not want to read, but still, you gotta let them do what you want them to do. You could say, you could let's get to do what we have to do out the way so we can do what we want to do. Or you can say it's not. Um, I want to do this time. It's doing what I have to do. It's not doing what I want to do. Time it's doing what I have to do. Or you can say it's not. I don't care time. It's I care time. Overall, the quicker you get rid of the rebellious students, the easier it'll be to control the class. But if you keep letting the class, I mean, the difficult students give you a hard time, then the whole class may give you a hard time. So the quicker you remove that student or write the student's name or take off points, they will respect you. And then they'll start saying, oh, let's quiet down so the teacher won't take points from us. See, so when you yell at them or at the class, you're giving them a warning. And they know what's happening next. If the yell doesn't get to them, then you take off points. See, what you're doing is you have the potential to be a great class management teacher. You're a good teacher overall, but your class management skills might be lacking, or you're holding it back because you think that if you blow all the bells and whistles or use all your resources, the kids still won't listen to you. But please don't hold yourself back. See, what I'm saying is the students who they respect, I mean the teachers who the scholars respect, they say, oh, let's calm down because the principal is coming, the vice principal is coming, the dean of students is coming, the ISC is coming. See, I want you to be on that elite list where they predict your behavior. See, you haven't given them predictable behavior of discipline yet. So you haven't followed through. You have to be more consistent and more persistent with it. Even if it takes a couple weeks or a month, you still have the rest of the year to go smooth sailing. This applies with the fifth graders all the way to the eighth graders. Pay attention to this quote too. If the student says no, you can say harder no. I mean hard no, harder yes. So you say no now, but later on you're gonna say um okay with a passion. So harder no equals hard no equals harder okay, or hard rejection equals harder acceptance. So the harder the no, the stronger the stronger the acceptance. The harder the no, the hard, the stronger the respect. The harder the rejection, harder, the stronger the respect. Once again, so please don't be afraid if the student says they don't care or they give you a hard no. It's going to lead to a stronger acceptance. It's going to lead to stronger respect. It's going to lead to stronger uh, them saying it's okay. I'm telling you, to be patient with them. Be patient with the process without you putting up with their slack or smack. Another thing too is when you line the students up, you could please don't keep on saying the same thing too, because that's how you're wasting your power too, and that's how they know that the teacher he gonna get tired, he gonna wear himself out. Let him just repeat himself, and we don't have to say that we can ignore him. So, so it's saying straight line, straight line, straight line. It's similar to a student says, "Mommy, Daddy." They keep on saying it over and over, and the parents ignore them. They don't mean to, but that's what you do. You putting the child in the grown lane and you put yourself in the baby lane where you keep on saying, class, listen up, class, listen up, class, listen up. Repeat yourself no more than 3 times. After the third time, then you could start taking down names in the line. If they're laughing, if they're playing around, if they're ignoring you, if they're looking at different classes when they're supposed to be facing forward. Once again, you could say, hands up, volume down, eyes on me. Hands up, volume down, eyes on me. Say it 3 times. After the third time, if whoever's not listening, you write their name on the list and you threaten them with no recess. Hey, you have to work on threatening the students too. Don't be afraid of saying, if you don't listen, I'm going to get the dean of students, I'm going to get the ISC, I'm going to get whoever involved to discipline you. And don't be afraid if they say they don't care. Remember, you can say, today is your day because I can't, I'm not going to stop it until you learn to care. You can say that too. So there's a lot of witty ways you can deal with a student who says they don't care. See, because it's predictable. See, they're showing their predictable, tough behavior. So don't be afraid of showing your predictable, disciplined behavior. See, you know what to expect when they say they don't care, but now you gotta make them know what to expect when they make the choice to say they don't care, or make the choices of doing what they want to do instead of doing what they have to do or supposed to do, which is to listen to you, listen to your instruction and directions. And once again, when you're dealing with a student or the class in the line, you can say, front line thumbs up, back line thumbs up, middle line thumbs up, front line two thumbs up, middle line two thumbs up, back line two thumbs up. You can say, let's see who's gonna get the point on the line. Let's see who's gonna get a line sticker. Let's see who's gonna hold the line MVP basketball. Let's see who wants a line MVP. And you can let them uh, hold on to your ball. You can pass the ball, but just be careful. If it's a routed class, they may take the ball, but then play with it. Play football with it. So you gotta be smart with the ball. It's the quiet line ball. Let's see who can handle the quiet line ball. Who's responsible enough to hold a quiet line ball? And another thing too is if the student is fighting over the line, um, if it's that rough, tough, rebellious, stubborn student, and you try to reason with them, don't be afraid of writing a name on the list and threatening no recess and giving the putting them on a referral list. So if you want to, you can say, I know you like to be the line leader, but the person was there first. If they say they don't care, you can say, how would you feel if you was the line leader, but then somebody cut you and they still say they don't care? So you can say, let me get this straight. So if I'm the line leader, you'll cut me too? And they say, yep. Then you could write their name on the list and not listen to the list on the recess list and get them a referral. Those are the students once you got to keep on doing it so they could be so they can know what to expect with your predictable disciplinary behavior. You can still be nice, and you're not trying to do tit for tat or get revenge. You're just getting the students to respect you.